My name is Skiver, and I'm the inventor of the revolutionary Blindstrike. And what I want to do is spend a little time to go over the details of Blindstrike with you, show you its ease of operation, the purpose behind building it for you. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the revolutionary Blindstrike. Blindstrike is a cantilevered product. There has been no product that has been produced that replicates what Blindstrike can do for you. There are two parts to Blindstrike. One is the putting, which is what we're going to talk about today, and the other is going to be the short game, which is what we're going to go into a little bit later. But let's talk about Blindstrike and the purpose behind it. Blindstrike is a product that, regardless of what your putting philosophy is not going to disrupt your thinking in that process. Meaning that however you believe in putting, whether it's left hand low, whether it's conventional style, claw, saw, whatever it is that we're going to call it, it's going to make sure that whatever it is that you do is done in a perfect environment so that you can maximize what it is that you believe is right for you. Putting is very philosophical, and there's a lot of different opinions as to what putting is or isn't. But one thing is consistent. The equipment is designed to do a certain thing a certain way if we allow it to happen. Blindstrike's the environment where that's going to happen. So let's talk about it. First of all, Blindstrike is a cantilevered product, and what that simply means is it's like a shelf. There is a platform that is simply going to be over the top of the area in which we are going to work. There are 3 sight holes that you're going to see, one in the center, and you're going to see 2 on each end. It also has a radius front leading edge, and that radius front leading edge, which we will get into some detail on, is somewhat of a philosophical, because does the putter go straight back, straight through? Does it arc? Swing arcs, which is a product that's out there and I'm sure many of you have seen. Whether there's a chalk line, which is a very direct line, it's a very straight line. So those philosophically are challenging each other a bit. Blindstrike is not going to challenge you, but there is a reason for this front radius, and we're going to find out very shortly why. So let's talk about the sight holes. First of all, the center sight hole is smaller than the diameter of a golf ball. And a golf ball ultimately is going to be placed underneath the plate, so you're only going to see a portion of that ball. The 2 end holes that you see are used for other drills that you can use with Blindstrike, but also for alignment. So when we place a ball on all 3 holes and we set the plate down, as we move it, we're going to get a better alignment because of the line of balls. So for an ease of alignment, that's the first purpose behind having the 3 balls on here, is so we can get our alignment. There are also other drills that we're going to use the 3 balls for, and again, we're going to go into that in the how to use segment of Blindstrike. Blindstrike has a riser, and the riser sets the height of the plate off of the ground so that we can work in what we determine to be the optimum height. So all products that you either place the putter against, or like a string you'd work underneath, or a mirror that you would work over, there's a myriad of products that are out there. Nothing controls the height to which all that has to happen, and that is a critical factor that's been missing in putting. It doesn't matter whether you're straight down the line or whether you're performing on an arc, if you will. If the height is disrupted, you're going to influence the performance. And so we control the height. It's also been determined that that height has to be maintained within a certain length. And so that certain length was determined, and again, after 3 years of development of this product, we know specifically what that window is, and we know the length to which that has to happen. And that's incorporated in Blindstrike. You're also going to see that rather than having a straight edge, that you're going to see an angled edge on the leading edge. So for a right-handed player, this would be the exit. For a left-handed player, we'd be over on this side here. But if you notice the radius that we talked about a little bit earlier, if I were to lay my shaft on this radius, and I were simply to rub the putter back and forth, which is a drill that we're going to talk about, and I release the putter out from underneath the top plate, the face angle, or the leading edge of the putter, is going to mirror exactly what we have here. So this angle, which by the way is 15 degrees, matches the radius. This radius produces this closure, if you will, of the putter face, And this is something that as we're looking down on top of the plate through the sight hole, when the putter releases, we're going to be able to check that angle as it relates to the leading edge of the plate. And when we reach that optimum or that maximum release point in the putt, those two are going to match perfectly. Now, is this something that you have to create? Absolutely not. Within 5 putts of putting in Blindstrike, you will produce exactly what this plate is designed to do. Every player does. If you putt and you strike the leading edge because your putter is coming up abruptly or it's coming up too early, rather than staying down through the putt and releasing and rotating the way it's supposed to, that goes away. Very common. Best players in the world that have been in Blindstrike, when they first got in there, they were clanking it all over the place. But within 5 putts, things happened and the clank went away. And it does with every single player. It doesn't do that because we tell you not to do it. It simply does it because the mind and the body and the equipment get in harmony and it is produced. So look for those benefits and look for those benefits very quickly. So again, Blindstrike has a base, a riser, and a top plate. It's very easy to assemble and it's very easy to disassemble. So when you receive your Blindstrike, you're going to receive it in pieces. You simply take the riser, find the underside which has the notch in it. You're simply going to rotate it and turn it in and it will snug. Then we take the base plate and simply take the base plate, place again into the slot and simply push it forward. And we're done. Now, it swivels. So if I'm on the putting green, I've got 2 anchor holes, and what I'm going to do is place a tee in the forward anchor hole, place it down, put my 3 balls on top, get my alignment the way I want to, sink the back tee, and now it's secured. If I have to do any additional adjustment, you can see that we've got some rotation in the top plate, so we can continue to finite it if needed. If I'm working in the house on the carpet, with permission, which again is not going to create any damage, but I simply take the base and swing it around so that it faces inward. And when I do, it will freestand, still giving me all the clearance that I need to make sure that my putter's working effectively. So easy to assemble, easy to disassemble, throws in the side bag of your bag or in the belly part if you've got a larger bag. Very compact, very easy, and very mobile. So take it out on the golf course when you're playing. With a freestanding base, you can set it over your putt, get your alignment, step in, and get some quality work. I'd caution you to do this not do this in a Monday game or a Sunday game, or certainly a tournament. One's going to disqualify you. The other is probably going to create a little bodily harm. So, again, terrific training platform, but there's no reason you can't take it out during the course of a recreational round and put it on the green and get some work in. Get some real quality work in. So, stay tuned. We're coming right back.